Okay, so apparently something just happened to a very prominent far-right, I would say extremist, Christian nationalist, Charlie Kirk, who was giving a talk somewhere in Utah, apparently took a hit in the neck. Neck wounds often result in people. We don't know what's going on with his condition yet, or who did it. I don't believe in political violence. I believe in self-defense. So, like, I used to be a pacifist, which is interesting for somebody who served as a veteran in the Army National Guard. Where I draw the line of distinction is, I believe in self-defense. So if, like the majority of the orders that are really all the orders that I got when I was in the Army National Guard, I feel are lawful. Like we when it came to potentially needing to use lethal force, that was, we don't fire unless fired upon, basically meaning like we have to defend ourselves, and also that's kind of a mission critical, whatever our mission is. And I felt pretty weird about it, because I don't really want to take another person's life, ever, if I can help it. But I gotta protect people. So I don't know what's going to happen with this, and I fear that there's going to be this is going to be used as a justification for further crackdowns by this regime, because it's somebody who's prominently on the right. I don't know who did it. I don't think anybody should do that. Like, it'd be one thing if Charlie Kirk starts popping off on somebody who disagrees with him, and he pew-pews them, and they have an exchange. And again, I don't want that to happen, but the person defending themselves would be right to do that. And Charlie Kirk in that instance would be in the wrong. I don't know, man. Like, it's tough. It's really tough. Like, I feel like we're in World War III because of the attack on Iran, which is like that whole situation with Iran and Israel is still an ongoing problem. Putin attacks Poland with drones. Who knows where that's going to go? And that's going to get the UN involved. And then, to some extent, people are starting to turn around on Israel and defend people in Gaza, which they should. But at the end of the day, I want peace. I want peace for everybody. I want everybody to be in a better situation, full equal rights, and, democratic rights. People should be able to have a voice, and people should be able to get their needs met. And there's no reason why we can't, aside from we have billionaires that keep rigging the game against all of us. And they keep doing heinous things. And I do think, honestly, I think the billionaires should be arrested and thoroughly investigated for potential crimes, and get away, eliminate any of their ability to buy injustice by doing corrupt things, by using blackmail and all sorts of things. Like, if I had it my way, anybody who is compromised in government should step down, and we should have immediate, in a timely manner. We need to have elections. We need to have higher expectations for elected leaders, people who have some experience actually fighting for people in the cabinet positions that actually have subject matter knowledge and a business being there. But I don't condone violence. So I'm greatly troubled. Like, I can't stand Charlie Kirk. I think he's a bad person, and I think he's put a lot of hate out into the world, and he's been harmful to women, to marginalized groups. I think he's bad for people on the right that keep being misled by people like him. The guy is paid by billionaires, right-wing billionaires, to be a paid propagandist. Like, he's like a high school or college dropout that got picked up because he doesn't really have any scruples. He got media training, and he became a darling of the right. He's a bad guy. Do I want him pew-pewed? No, I don't. I don't like the guy. And if he's gone, you know, like, do I think the world would be a better place without people like Charlie Kirk? Yeah, but I don't condone violence against them. That's the difference. I'm principled on this. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Take care, guys. Bye. So it's now been confirmed that Charlie Kirk is, in fact, dead. He did succumb from his gunshot wounds. I kind of suspected that was going to be probably the case, given that, from what we understand, what happened, the shooter was about 200 yards away in another building across from where Kirk was speaking. It's believed to be a high-powered rifle. Apparently, we don't yet have a suspect unless there's been an update that I didn't see yet. Let's not forget who Charlie Kirk was. And again, I do not condone violence. I wish we lived in a world where people's needs were met to such a degree, and then we had a safer environment for all people, because that's what you get when people have their needs met. And you have a much more conducive environment where people have equal rights and equal representation. In a fair societies don't produce this sort of thing, but that's not what we have. We don't have that society because of people exactly like Charlie Kirk was. He was a hate monger, he's a fear monger. He's trying to force violence upon all of us that do not agree with him, that are not like him, that are not rich white Christian nationalists that hate women and hate trans people, hate black people, hate gay people. I do not like what is happening. I do not like where the society that starts to engage in more and more incidents of political violence, when we have an authoritarian fascist government. That fascism is a death cult. That is why people on the left worry about right-wing movements, because we understand what they are and what they do. That is not freedom. That is heavy surveillance state, violence against people, very limited to no rights and freedoms, and it is not a free society. And people can be vanished for any damn reason that they choose, and we're watching more and more. So this is just one tragic event, but he died speaking hate into the world. He did.